Wish I knew why it's so hard to try. I wanna have it all figured out, to live without any doubt. That's not how it goes. Everybody knows this job has got me broken, but it's why I'm not broke. The truth remains unspoken, but only the truth I spoke. I'll say it all, I'll say it all, I'll say it all. I asked my voice a reason, but I don't have one here. So I asked my voice a dream then. She said to have no fear, be who you want, be who you want, be who you want. I tell myself I will, but I won't. When I think I got it, I don't. I wish I knew why it's so hard to try. I wanna have it all figured out, to live without any doubt. That's not how it goes.
All right. Jess Weimer is with us.
Yay.
We are here at the Sound Collective, and that was the first time we've seen you here at the Sound Collective.
Yes.
How'd it go up there tonight?
I feel that it went really well. I had a blast, so in that regard, it went very well.
Cool.
You know, it's funny. She's saying that as if, do you know something I know? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, did you guys see what happened up there? Am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
Fine with me. I think I could. You know, it's one of those awesome things when you're an artist. Whenever you're up there as the person performing, you know so much more than the people who are watching, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
That's true, though, especially as a songwriter, when you know the exact intention behind all of your songs. Like, that's another little, like, I know something you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about, are you a local artist around here, around Hermosa Beach?
Not around Hermosa Beach, but LA. So I live in Los Angeles, kind of like around the Culver area, but I do a lot of gigs in Hollywood. So I'm originally from Kansas, so I took the Yellow Brick Road here.
Yeah.
You did.
With Toto, of course, but
Do you get that a lot, Dorothy?
You know, I get it so much that I have to beat people to the punch and say it first.
Right, yeah, just do it, get it out, right?
Now what are we going to ask her?
Disarm them, right? We're like,
Exactly.
oh, crap.
People are like, wait, what joke do I make now?
Have you ever seen a tornado?
I have indeed seen a tornado. I survived one. But
Cool.
I live here in LA as of 2 years ago. I've been,
cool.
Yeah.
well,
Did you move here for the music, for the career? You wanted to do that? Or
I moved here originally for school, for university, but 2 years ago I'm like, you know what? Time to like do the LA thing and pursue music. So here I am.
Nice. And were you active in the scene back in Kansas?
Yes, in a certain regard. So I played in a bluegrass fiddle band, which is not at all my style, but I did like musical theater, so I did a lot of things that weren't my style, but all helped create my style now.
I was just about to ask, did you find that still helped you in any way?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, performing, you know, when you're up there and you're practicing and you're doing something, it's like always helpful. So the repetition gets you accustomed to it, and you can just get up there and go. So yeah.
I think that's a good lesson for young listeners out there because, you know, it's one of those things where you don't always have the ideal situation to perform music, but if you get an opportunity, regardless if it's something that you're totally into or you think it's your style, you can benefit in so many ways that you don't realize at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. For all the young listeners out there, I would say take every opportunity you can that feels right to you, because, yeah, it definitely can provide a lot of benefit.
Yeah, and that goes for, I mean, if you're a musician, I mean, don't be afraid to be in marching band. Don't be afraid to be in concert band. Don't be afraid to be in a parade or whatever, you know.
Heck yeah.
Or even try acting or something like anything that gets you in front of people. Public speaking, a speech and debate class, whatever it is, it gets you up in front of people and gets you comfortable in some sort of performance.
Absolutely.
So
I did
important.
so many of the things that you just said, so yes, I agree. I was in chamber orchestra. I actually play violin. But
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Do you still actively play?
I do. My darn bridge broke. I don't know if you know what a bridge is on a
Yes.
violin, but so it broke and I wasn't able to play. We had to tweak the show a little bit, but normally I play it in solid ground, which was the second one we did.
And you are actually going to play it tonight. So that means you're going to get it fixed.
Yes.
And you're going to come out to our studio and be in a full podcast with us with your violin.
I would love to.
All right, there you
I'll
go.
be there.
See, there we go. See how
Violin, fiddle, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, violin, fiddle. Do you play different style? Do you play fiddling? Oh, I guess if you played in the bluegrass band, did you play the fiddle?
I did. I actually
okay.
did. Yeah. So I did fiddle actually. So I was classically trained, but then I moved more to fiddle probably when I was like 16-ish. So for a few years, just did straight fiddling. And now
Was that a difficult transition?
it wasn't because I guess it was because I was eased into it with sheet music, and then I don't know if you know anything about fiddling, but the goal is to be able to just improvise something awesome, like double stops and like all kinds of cool trills and whatnot. But it took me a while to get off of the sheet music and totally onto improv. So yes, I guess it was a difficult transition, but I made it. So
Similar to like somebody going from concert like trumpet to jazz trumpet or something like that. I guess.
Absolutely.
I think we've had this conversation like many episodes ago. Kind of like the whole thing about learning to read or theory and stuff. And for me personally, I grew up learning. I found myself wanting to know everything about music, so I got into theory and then studied classical a little bit. But in the end, it's like you had more fun improvising. So then, my goal shifted about pure improvisation. So.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
I totally feel you there.
I think we can have some pretty cool episodes with you, Jess, and
would
talk
love
about all
to.
kinds of this stuff, because it sounds like you have a really big history of different opportunities when we play different musics and different performances, and different a variety of experiences in your past.
Yeah.
that we really could insert into a lot of podcasts.
Well, thank you very much. I
that sounds like
appreciate
fun.
that.
That sounds like
That's
something we can
awesome.
really talk about.
I would love to. I love doing improv. Even vocally, you can do a little improv. That's also fun. Not as easy for me as it is to improv with the violin, but I would love to join you guys and just do some fun stuff.
Yeah. And
Cool.
so are you currently working on recording, also playing live? Like, what do you have that you want to plug?
So, sure. I mean, when given the opportunity to plug, thou shalt plug.
Yeah.
But I actually have an EP, my first EP ever, coming out in January. So that'll be like mid to early January, somewhere around there. I don't have a set date. But it's the single that I already have released plus 3 new songs. Very excited about it. There's a lot of messages in the songs that I'm really excited to share with everyone, and so that's coming out in January. So stay tuned.
And does it have a name? Do you have a name for the EP?
Yes, the EP it's Jess Weimer, self-titled. Plus, I'm thinking of throwing one of the singles in there, Until You Drop, as a title. Welcoming any feedback here, if self-titled or doing a track as one of the titles. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
That's a purely. I look at it as just an artistic decision.
I know.
You know.
And the thing is, not like in my single release, it was quite clear because it's Telltale Signs.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, there you go. But in the EP, nothing is speaking to me quite yet. But I mean, we'll get there.
And I was going to say, you don't even have to make the decision right now anyways. It's like by the time everything is ready to go and be packaged, sometimes, you could even go off on another direction.
That's so true. Yeah. I'm just going to kind of go where the musical vibes take me in that one.
Yeah, and that's kind of been our theme for a couple of other people we were talking to tonight. If it feels right, do it, But if
Yeah.
it feels forced, then it's not right.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Yeah, just go with whatever feels right.
Yeah, but that is coming out in January, and I'm very excited. I mean, I have a music video that came out this year.
Oh, cool.
Which is Telltale Signs. And if you search Jess Weimer Telltale Signs, you'll see it. And it was like really fun. We got to film at the YouTube space for free, which was insane because we filmed on like a Red camera. I don't know if you know anything about that. It's very expensive. So filming on that for free was
I've heard of that,
amazing.
but I don't know much about it. I've heard of that before, but what does that mean?
It just means it's extremely professional, extremely expensive. So if you get to do it for free, that's like
High quality.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like thank your lucky stars for that.
And you're happy with the outcome with that?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I mean, being on set is always fun, and like when it's your song being played, you don't get tired of it at all. So it was just a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the best way for people to keep tabs on you? Is it Instagram, Facebook, all the above? What's your social media?
So I've kind of made a vow to myself that I'm going to start doing more covers regularly and releasing them on YouTube. So I guess Instagram, because I post everything, like I post all my cover links in my bio. So Instagram and YouTube, I would say. I mean, yes, Facebook, obviously I'm on there as well, but YouTube and Instagram, definitely it's just Jess Weimer. So you for sure can find me.
And these will be videos from live performances like tonight?
I have some on my my YouTube channel, and then on Instagram I have some clips of me playing the covers live, which is always a good time as well. But yeah, I mean, you feel free to check me out there, and you can keep up with anything that I'm doing.
Awesome. And so when's your next gig? Do you have any gigs coming up?
I'm gonna do a release show. So in January. So once I have the date solidified, I'm gonna do a really awesome release gig and potentially party. So I just want to like bring a lot of attention to it and generate a lot of traffic for it. So yeah, that'll be in January as well.
That'll be awesome. That sounds awesome.
I was just going to say Jess Weimer.
Yes, Jess Weimer.
Because there is another Jess Weimer.
Oh, well.
I had to check.
She probably was born after me. So
nobody cares about that Jess Weimer.
No,
Are you kidding
who
me?
is she?
Yeah.
She
Right?
probably says Weimer instead of Weimer
Exactly,
anyway.
right?
Just to save people just an extra,
Yes.
extra effort.
Thank you, Francis.
Speaking of
You're
that,
right,
do
you're
you
right.
want to say the name with the spelling just in case?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's Jess. That's JESS dot Weimer, which is spelled WEIM as in Mary ER.
There we go. Jess
That's my
Weimer.
Instagram handle, and then
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that, please?
yes. Do you want me to repeat? I can do that.
Here we get those touchdowns.
Yeah.
Press 1. I did not
I didn't
hear
get that.
I didn't get that.
One more time, please. But anyway, yes, that's my Instagram handle, and it links to my YouTube, so you'll be able to. I mean, you can find anything I do pretty much through Instagram.
Cool. So right around the time before you do release, we'd love to see you again.
Oh, I'd love
and
to.
have like a full-on episode, and we can get into some more stuff.
That would
where
be
it's not-
amazing.
where it's a little more quiet, and we can talk. And
I know,
we can really
I'm-
get into some deep stuff.
I'm so easily distracted, and especially
tough.
by music.
I know it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
But no,
I'm
this is
sorry, what?
great. What'd you say?
Francis hasn't heard a thing we said all night long.
Please
Oh,
repeat.
should we start? Should I start recording?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, but yes, I would
Yeah, it'd be really
absolutely
cool.
love to. That would be amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Cool. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, and
I
enjoy the rest of the
appreciate
night.
it. Yeah, back at ya.
Jess Weimer, thank you.
Thank you.
I decided I should do something desperate. Things sure couldn't get any worse. So I went out to look for the devil. It took all of my knowledge and most of my skill. I finally found him sitting at a table in the back room of a restaurant in Beverly Hills. I said, I'll put my name on the dotted line if you can make it worth my while. So he typed my name into his PDA and he began to go over my file. Then with a smile as sharp as a samurai sword, he said, there won't be no contract, there's nothing to sign, because according to my calculations, my friend, your ass is already mine.
We have a return artist here, Coral. How are you doing?
Coral Rhoads and Steve.
And Steve
Yeah,
Sobel
Steve.
Steve is
there.
here. No, before it was Correve. Do you guys remember that? The whole Brangelina type thing?
Dude,
yeah.
you're good.
Correve.
Correve. Have you expanded on that yet? Have you settled on?
I kind of like Coral Rhoads and Steve. It's got that Waylon Jennings and Madam kind of feel to it. That's probably a reference none of the listeners will guess. I just made a 70s ventriloquism reference.
Hey, don't underestimate the audience
Going
for
back
Tune
to
Up and Jam. Let me tell you.
Here's a shout out to all you fans of this TV series Soap.
Soap.
You remember that one?
I do remember that one. I don't.
I'm going to say
Billy
I
Crystal
don't.
was on
I
it.
actually don't.
Yeah.
I remember
don't.
Soap. I
Yeah,
don't remember
I don't.
any specifics of it. I just remember like the advertisements for it, Soap, and I was always like, "What is that?" You know, because I was pretty young at the time.
To keep
was-
your mind clean.
Yeah,
was
I
a,
guess so.
Is that
I don't know what it was.
The tagline.
I recommend it to all you people who have access to streaming services. It's probably out there somewhere. It's very funny.
So basically, everybody on the planet.
It's a spoof of soap operas
Oh.
that came out.
But
in
it was like it was like a
70s,
sitcom, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a sitcom soap opera, and
Okay.
Billy Crystal was on it. That was kind of where he got his big start. Yeah.
Anyway, since the last time we saw you, what's been going on? It was I think it's been about 5 or 6 weeks since the last time you were here
Yeah.
when we saw
Yeah.
you guys here.
Yep.
So have you guys?
October-y.
I
We
know.
we actually haven't played together much. My band has played a couple times, and I sang in a wedding this last weekend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
I
fun.
love the fact that whoever it was that got married, had live music there.
Yeah.
Because there's not
She
enough
had-
of that anymore.
You know, her brother is a professional musician. That's all he does.
Oh, cool.
He actually owned the piano bar in Hollywood, and had that for 10 years. And then the violinist and the cellist were friends of hers from high school that are now professional musicians. And
For somebody like that, you had to have live
she
music.
just took all these people that she knew and were like, "Hey, play in my wedding."
So were you playing like the hors d'oeuvres hour, the pre-ceremony, post-ceremony?
What do you call it? The pre-sessional before the bride walks in. So
Yes.
while the groomsmen and bridesmaids are walking in, I
nice.
sang, and then I
Oh.
sang during the candle lighting in the middle of the ceremony.
Oh, so that's a really big deal. That's really nice.
It was a little like me and a microphone and a cello
Wow. Oh, that's
and a violin.
really nice.
No pressure.
So that must have been really nice for you to do.
It was really nice, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
quite
was
an
a lot
honor
of fun.
too to be able to
Yes,
to do that
it
for
was.
somebody.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Cool.
You
great.
get one shot too.
Right.
That's all you get.
And that's what they
That's all you
remember
get.
forever.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is on me.
At least here, I'm like, you guys are drinking, you're mingling,
right.
you're like, whatever.
So was Waylon Jennings there? By any chance? No.
That would have been
I don't
really
know.
handy if I could just like
Not
lip
Waylon
sync and
Jennings.
have.
Waylon Flowers, not Waylon. Waylon Jennings is the famous country music artist.
yeah.
Waylon Flowers.
I thought you had said Waylon Jennings earlier.
I might have because it's late and I'm a little disoriented from election results right now.
Yeah.
But
What?
it's actually Wayland
I
with
forgot
a
that
D
was
on
going
it.
on. Thanks.
Wayland Flowers and Madam.
We got
Yeah,
the
that's.
Lakers
We
game
don't
on
have to worry
instead.
about that over here. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can pretend the real world doesn't exist.
Yeah,
over
we're
here.
just watching the
We're in our little
Lakers.
corner.
Yeah.
Lakers reruns and fireplaces and candy. Fun size.
I think that's
Fun size
maybe
Snickers.
a good strategy for the next several years going forward.
Yeah, just hang out in this corner.
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to Australia for a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just go there for 4 years.
4 years, Australia.
It's a good amount of time.
I think I'm going to take advantage of the Prop 64 passing.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, well, don't, just stay in California.
There you
Come
go,
on,
right?
You know,
You know, with good comes some bad. With bad comes some good. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
think it goes hand in hand. You know, and now it's legal. It's like, all right, whatever.
Here's your trade-off,
Spend
right?
the next 4 years as high as I possibly can.
And singing.
But not till after January 1st, right? Because we got to wait till January 1st and that law goes into effect.
That's true. Yeah. So
And in
be
the meantime-
miserable for a couple of weeks and then
Yeah,
have at it, man.
exactly.
Yeah. So, but you guys, I remember you guys do have a Christmas show, don't you? Didn't you
I
say
was
you
just
have a
gonna say we
Christmas
have a Christmas thing coming up.
The Christmas
thinking about
show
the end of the
is
year. Yep.
happening. It is private though, so I don't know. You know, it's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
we can invite people to.
show? Well,
But if you provide
haha
the
to those people
address,
who can't come,
you could
then,
we
right?
could just crash it.
If you start coming to Friends of the Vine in Redondo Beach now for like the next month,
Yeah.
you'll be invited.
You could get
Oh.
in. That's true.
There you go.
Friends of the Vine, Redondo Beach on
Yeah.
Via del Norte, right?
Avenida del Norte.
Avenida del Norte, yeah.
Yep.
But do you guys play there before the Christmas show too, or you just kind of
In
like,
the middle. We're like in the middle. It's a Christmas party. It's a daytime Christmas party from
I mean, like before
Other
the
than-
date. Before
Oh,
that date.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We sometimes do little impromptu shows there, but not really anything scheduled.
nothing scheduled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have, if you want to be invited to this party, you just have to start being a patron at this place.
Yeah.
Yep. If you, it's
Aha,
open Tuesday through Saturday, so
Yep.
that gives you a good
Yeah.
like
Shameless plug.
6 weeks of so it's like 30 opportunities to really you just
Yeah.
go there
To make an impression.
30 times.
To make an impression and get invited to the Christmas party.
between now and
Which is a
the
lot of
Christmas
fun, a
party,
lot of
you're
good
probably
food.
Good.
There's a lot of mathing going on here now too.
We'll
Yeah.
sing
Crazy.
Baby It's Cold Outside. Always.
Yeah, that's our big closer at the Christmas party.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to go.
Do it.
Yeah,
Come.
I want to go. I want to
You
start
should
going to
come.
this place.
You should, on
It's a
Christmas
great
Eve.
place.
Well, are we getting the actual invite now?
You are.
Or do we have to actually
You're
start
officially
going to
invited.
this place?
You should. Do you know the Chimney song by the Bob River or something like
Chim
that?
chimney.
The Chimney song.
Chim chim.
Just
chiroo.
just
Not
do
that
me a
one?
favor. Go home and
The Chimney
hopefully it's on YouTube or something.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah, I
you
think I
this
mentioned it one
before.
time. It's a story. It's a little kid singing, and it's about there's something in the chimney, and I don't know what it
I
is,
think
but it's
there's
been there all
something-
year long.
Oh no, it's
I
like
think there's something a
Santa's
little
head in the
dark to
chimney.
this that Francis enjoys that it might not be
It's a
for
little dark,
suitable
but,
for.
but it's funny. I think it's funny. Anyway.
That
That
sounds
sound-
kind of
sounds
scary.
like a Dr.
From a
Demento
kid, I mean, if I was a
Yes,
kid
it is.
singing
What's
this,
that funky smell coming from the chimney? Something like that?
Thank you for
something
knowing
Yeah.
Dr.
stuck in my
Demento.
chimney.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Dr. Demento fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dr. Demento. Is that where you heard it?
That's exactly where I heard
So
it.
we know where that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we know
where it came
that's-
from.
Yeah. Right.
Coral, are you with us?
I'm
Coral
a
doesn't
little
even know who
lost.
Dr.
Yeah,
Demento
I don't
is.
know what's
Dr.
going on.
Demento.
For the benefit of Coral and whoever else may not have heard of Dr. Demento, he is a Southern California radio personality, although I do believe he's syndicated around the country.
Yep.
on certain
Definitely syndicated.
Yeah, I knew of him
And,
in Pittsburgh.
I was listening to
Pennsylvania.
him in Guam.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
I was listening. Well, I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so
No,
not
he
so
was,
far away. Yes.
He was here on KMET for many, many years before KMET disappeared in the late 80s. And he played novelty records on Sunday nights. And I think he still does somewhat.
What? I don't know if he does. I know Rodney Bingenheimer does still.
Yeah.
On K-Rock, he does. He does something on Sunday nights too, but I don't know if Dr. Demento does.
Well, that's where I heard a lot of the Cheech and Chong bits.
Yeah, you hear Cheech and Chong. He broke Weird Al.
Yeah,
Oh,
Weird
nice.
Al,
Yeah.
that's
Weird Al got
Didn't
his
he used to
start
have a
with
TV
Dr.
show
Demento.
too, where he played videos? I swear he had a
Dr.
TV show.
Demento?
I swear I
think
remember
so.
a TV show when I was younger.
I don't know that he's ever been on TV.
I swear I remember he was.
No,
on
you were
TV,
Prop
but I must have
64ing that night. I don't
maybe
know.
it was. I don't know. I was
Maybe
pretty
it was
young,
on like cable public access or something.
Well, that's what I mean. It wasn't like. Well, I don't know. I swear I remember something seeing on TV Dr. Demento.
Hey, Coral,
I'm not sure.
how you doing?
That's
I was
was
have I
young.
mentioned as he brings up all this trivia? Have I mentioned that Steve has been on Jeopardy?
Get
I
out of
lost.
here.
He's literally a
I
vault
lost.
of information, things that I'm like. How
Wait,
do
you lost
know
on Jeopardy?
this?
Did you bring that up just because we talked about Weird Al, or is that just happened?
I did go home and play that song afterwards. It was a very long day. They shoot 5 episodes in one day.
Oh, really?
And I was there for all 5 episodes. We have to get there. We don't know when they're going to pick us. It's a random draw, and I didn't get picked until the very last episode, and I was pretty tired at that point. And
They filmed them all in the same day.
yeah, 5 in a day. They
Dear
filmed a week worth in one day.
Wow.
So how do you even get picked? You know what I think is the movie White Man Can't Jump with what's her name?
Woody Harrelson and
Rosie
Perez.
Rosie
yeah.
Perez.
She was on
Wasn't
Jeopardy
she-
in that movie. That's
Wasn't
right.
she the one that kept like studying like obscure facts and stuff?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. She
So
was.
I think she did pretty well, if
Yeah.
I remember, in the movie.
Is that,
I
is
can
that
imagine,
really-
I imagine Steve, late at night, just going through encyclopedias.
Now, believe it or not, I didn't study at all. I practiced.
You would just watch Jeopardy.
I watched a lot of Jeopardy and did practice games on the internet. There's such a thing where you can just play Jeopardy on the internet.
And you're like, what is S words for 400?
Yeah, 'cause it turns out that a lot of Jeopardy is just kind of
The
learning
rapists.
how to figure out the hints in the questions. I mean, some of it you just have to know the stuff, but a lot of it is there's hints in the questions. But the way you get on is you take a test, an online test, and if you pass it, then they bring you in for a live test and an audition, and then they stick you in a pool, and they say you're in the pool, and then you wait.
I would need to
until
be
they
in the
call
kiddie
you.
end of that pool.
The kiddie pool.
Yeah, I need to
Is
be in the
there
kiddie pool.
is there a sort of prep course, kind of like an SAT prep? Is there a
Yeah, can you work with like a tutor or something
Jeopardy
like that?
prep?
No. You just got to know. You just got to know.
Wow.
People do study for it. They do things like read encyclopedias and stuff like that.
I wonder if there's like
Actually,
some really wealthy like Jeopardy tutor out there who just tutors people when they go on Jeopardy. You know what I mean?
I don't
He
know if
charges like
there's-
$500 per hour to just randomly ask all these crazy questions.
There are some former champions who've written books that I think are popular, but there's only 450 Jeopardy contestants a year, so it's not like a big market.
Wait, what?
Is it 450?
Isn't it on?
It's on every day, but there's only
Three per-
2 new people each day.
I guess
So
that
there's
makes
10
sense,
people
yeah.
a week.
You know what that
And,
means.
And they run 400 and
Because they return
how many
champions, right?
submissions?
They return people who win.
How many people do they pick? Like, how many people submit to get on the show?
thousands.
And
Tens of
450
thousands,
out of
probably.
those thousands.
So Steve was part of the chosen few.
Wow.
Yeah, and actually,
That's impressive.
when I got the call that they'd picked me, I was on my way to Coral's house for a rehearsal.
Oh, cool.
I actually remember
True story.
we talked about this, that you were submitting yourself and then found,
Yep.
yeah.
Here at the Tune Up and Jam podcast, you learn a lot of more than just
Yeah,
about
right.
music. You learn about Jeopardy. That's pretty
Very
cool.
educational.
That's interesting. 'cause
Leave
I've
it to
never-
a Jeopardy champ to actually, or a Jeopardy contestant at least. You said you weren't the champion, right?
No, I didn't.
But leave it to somebody who's on Jeopardy to actually inform you about Jeopardy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
What
it's
was your
just
end
turn this
score?
around.
0.
0. You bet it all.
Yeah.
You're like,
I
I'm
was
going
in second,
all in.
I was in second place going into Final Jeopardy, and
Thanks
got
for
it wrong.
opening the wound, Coral.
I needed to bet it
Well, I
all
wanted to know how
in order to have a
risk-taking
chance.
he
Was it
was.
you had to
That's
go
why,
all
like,
in?
Did you go all
You had to go
in?
in.
Right.
Went all in.
Did you actually answer the question, or was it like, what is shit? I don't know.
No, I
answered
answered
something?
but
Like
I
drew
knew
a
it wasn't
star?
right.
I would have just been
Total
like
guess.
drew like a picture. Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
An outline of the state of California
Yeah.
with a pot leaf.
I have seen people do that, but no.
Props.
I
What is
actually
Prop
made an
64?
attempt. Yeah.
You just draw a leaf.
A cannabis leaf.
I wonder if Prop 64 will affect the percentage of people that actually are able to go on Jeopardy.
Hey,
They're gonna have
guys.
to lower their
Hey,
standard.
guys.
Yeah, we gotta wrap
Guess
up.
what?
Everybody's
Place is
gone.
The place is closed.
Okay.
Hey, Coral, Steve, we'll chat again for
Such
sure.
a pleasure being
We
here.
obviously love having you guys
So
on. I don't know what the hell's going on around us.
And we have a lot left to talk about.
Yeah,
so.
we did.
Well, let's talk again soon.
Let's
Yes.
do this again soon.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Thanks, Coral and
Thanks,
Steve.
guys.
We are rolling.
Well, what a night.
That was an interesting night politically, but musically it was amazing.
Musically, amazing.
Yeah, in
In case anybody didn't catch that, we are actually recording on election night.
election night. We have actually kept that quiet for the most part all night. It's come up here and
then
there.
delete that. Then delete.
Yeah, it's come up here and there. But
no.
we were having such a nice time here that
Yeah.
it didn't matter what was going on in the outside world. So that's the beauty
Yeah.
of the Sound Collective.
It was actually like I think music is a great distraction from all that mumbo jumbo going on.
Right?
So
Yep.
Yep.
yeah, and everyone. But back, Josh is like, I'm wearing gray because it's the Great Depression.
Yes.
Bleh.
I wore my whole Great Depression outfit tonight. You can't tell, but it's tweed on tweed on tweed, black
Tweed.
to match my soul and how I'm
Wait,
feeling.
so how is this going to affect the tune-up and jam wrap-up jingle?
It's probably going to sound a lot like I don't know, Elliott Smith.
It's gonna be just
Meets,
sad. Like
Please leave the knife out of it, though, if you can.
Why are we laughing? This is just
this is silly. But anyway,
right?
back to the actual night
Yeah,
of music.
it was a very good night. Hey, it was good to see some of the people again. We hadn't seen Peter for a while. Peter was great tonight. He busted
Yeah.
out a new song. He said that you were forcing him, Josh, to write some new music, and he actually busted. He said he didn't even have a name for the song yet, so that was actually a brand new song. Lisa and Zacc had a new song tonight.
Yeah.
They sounded great. We hadn't seen them since a few weeks back also, so they've been doing some growth.
It's
Yeah.
great to see Billy Lawler again.
Billy Lawler. We love Billy Lawler. We're very partial to Billy Lawler just because we have a history of Billy. We saw him
Yeah.
his very first gig back in LA. We saw him then, and it's just very cool to see him again. And we're
Yeah.
so glad that you guys hooked up with him. So what did you?
His
what,
voice is fantastic.
So
Yeah, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
his voice is
the
amazing.
moment he just went for it, like right when it just got quiet, he just
Yeah.
started singing and playing. I literally, my attention was just
No.
immediately look at it.
and that dude,
just
he's got some
drawn.
emotion in his music, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
he can get it across really well. So this is just overall a really cool night, really nice.
Yeah.
We saw Coral again.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see her, and then Roxy Lee. It was her birthday. Roxy Lee Hart.
Yeah.
So lots of oldies and newies tonight. It was a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
Jessica.
It was
too,
Jess.
and Jessica was wonderful.
That's right, Jess.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she was great. Yeah, we're gonna talk to her again. We have to have her on.
She's a blast.
Yeah, she had a really lot of cool things to talk about. We just didn't have enough time for it.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
definitely have to see her again.
Yeah, a lot of
And-
really cool, just amazing, musicians, but just eclectic too. Like everyone's styles were so different tonight, and yeah, it was really fun to see that. See, especially with Jess with her with the computer. Can you not eat that right now?
Sorry,
Josh
for
is-
those of you who don't know, there's
He just happens
a
to
ton
op-
of Halloween
the-
candy
and-
on the table right now.
And you just have to open it right at the microphone. It's like,
trying to open it with my teeth. I apologize.
but anyway, it was just so eclectic tonight. So and it was really fun for me. Accompanying Roxy and getting to hear all of her new music, and we rehearsed a couple of times, and I'm this was the first time playing with her, so it was cool
Nice.
to have the the Sound Collective hosts like help out the actual musicians in accompaniment. So that was a really cool thing for me to do tonight.
I pretty much threw Kira into that, by the way. It's like, Kira, Roxy's amazing. I want you to work with her. Go.
And I was like,
And Kira's
shot
like,
it.
all right.
So,
I'll do
so
it.
what's the lesson here for other artists? Have your charts together. Have it all out together.
Yes.
Josh, you know what? I think it was the first time I've ever saw you. I've ever seen you perform on piano.
Yeah, I played on piano tonight. I
Yeah.
was like,
What was that
this
all about?
key sounds good. This key sounds good.
That's how that works.
Let's just keep doing these
You're like, there's so
keys.
many keys. Let me
Let's
hit them all.
just stay in this comfort zone and vocally just try to do a lot more intricate stuff. But no, it's fun, and I never know. Like when I start playing, I just sort of jump into. In my head, I was thinking, okay, what song do I know? And actually, that song was a Marvin Gaye song. Nothing Takes the Place of You. It might actually be Al Green, one of the two, but I love both of them. But yeah, and I just sort of kind of the falsetto just sort of jumped out of me, so I just kind of went with it. Nothing rehearsed, just sort of like I felt like getting up there and playing. I did it last week too, and it was great because Kira played guitar and.
Yeah, this one was a little
really
different
pretty.
though because it was more of a freestyle on this one, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to step on your
Freestyle
toes.
meaning more so like I had no idea what I was doing
Improvisational.
up there.
But
yes.
yes, I like hearing the keys. We have to actually sit down and maybe do a song together, like maybe a little Heart and Soul, a little chapsticks.
there you go.
But that's part of the fun with the Sound
Yeah.
Collective, that it's not so rehearsed that
Yeah.
you know every move that's coming next.
Oh,
It's real refreshing. It's
I
refreshing.
never know what Josh is going to do every time. So, like, even when I ask him, like, what key is it in? He's like, I don't know. I've tuned it
Yes.
to this, that, and this. I'm like, okay.
Welcome to the Josh Arbour Band.
I'm going to figure it out on stage in front of everybody, and hopefully I don't, crash and burn.
Yeah, you say that
I did
again,
study
Josh?
music,
Welcome.
and then welcome to the Josh Arbour Band. But I did study a little bit of music, and then I just completely decided to lose all frame of reference of it because I couldn't write otherwise. It was very hard for me to like write my own original music because I was constantly thinking of other pieces. So just nixed everything and pretty much started at the. For me, like where my starting point is lyrics. I'm more of a lyricist than I am, I think, a musician. So, sort of growing into my.
So you
added
you
instruments.
put it on pause. You should nix it. You should at least.
Yeah.
It was on pause, but now you're actually going to be back on track to
Right.
getting the theory under your skin. So
Yeah. So it's
It'll-
nice
it'll help,
kind of having that refreshing moment, the refresher.
So what do we have? We haven't been here for a couple of weeks. This is our first time back in 3 or 4 weeks, but it's been nice to be back. Well, what do we have on store for next week? For the
Next
Sound
week we
Collective.
have
You tell me.
Eileen's coming back.
Oh,
Eileen
and,
Amorine?
Amorine,
yeah,
yeah.
and then
Cool.
and her friend Kelsey, who's amazing, and then Kevin-
Kelsey's great.
Kevin
You guys
Souza.
missed Kelsey. Kelsey was awesome. She played
Yeah, we
with-
missed last time.
Yeah.
Eileen was here. We weren't here either.
Yeah,
so,
she was,
she
yeah,
played with this girl
beautiful.
Kelsey, and so she's going to come up. And
Well,
play.
Eileen's amazing too.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's playing
And her,
at
her,
the
her energy.
study. In,
She's playing at the study
Hollywood.
this
Yeah.
weekend.
Saturday,
I
I
think.
think.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
on Saturday.
That's
Friday
up
or
on like
Saturday.
Hollywood Boulevard, right
Yeah.
off of Cahuenga, I think,
Mhm.
something like that. Yeah.
And
So we're gonna try to go and support her for that.
then we have Kevin Sousa.
Kevin Sousa's
then-
amazing.
Do we have the Bartholomew?
Yes,
The-
the Bartholomew.
We have two brothers and a sister trio, and they are just fun, amazing family of musicians, and
Neat.
of course they're all talented and they're going to play too.
Cool. And
Cool.
and Kira, what do you have coming up in store?
What do I have coming
Yeah,
up?
any gigs, anything you got coming up? Recording releases. I know you were on here a little bit
Yeah,
ago.
I
and you
mean,
said some, but let's
for-
let's get it out there again.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be playing the Sunday at the Starboard over in Redondo, daytime between 3 and 7. When?
Cool.
I don't know. So you guys all have to be there between 3 and 7,
Cool.
and we'll find out when I play. And then still working on the album, and hopefully next year it'll be done.
Kira's got the band and everything down.
Yeah, I got a band.
Got a band. Finally got the bass
band.
player you wanted. And
Yes, I got this
Cool.
amazing bass player,
Awesome.
Joe. He's amazing. He like knows my music better than I do, and I'm like, I wrote it. So I'm just like, yes.
and don't forget Spotify. Look up Kira on Spotify because she's got some stuff on Spotify.
Yeah, I got 2 singles out right now. I'll
Yeah.
probably release another one in the next, I don't know, maybe next week or so.
Cool.
So yeah, check it out.
Sweet.
Sweet.
That was the first time I ever played the foreground too, like an acoustic, just sort of solo,
Yeah, me too.
and that was fun. I was like during happy hour, it was sort of, which Kira and I do happy hour from 7 to 8. But I was like playing it, and I was humming the melody to it.
And yeah, and Rich,
yeah,
yeah,
she's
like
just like
during the song, he's like da 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 da, and I'm like, okay.
She nailed it though.
I was like, okay.
It was great. It was perfect.
So what do you got coming up, Josh?
Let's see. I've got rehearsal this Thursday. Then
Because everybody who's listening wants to
yeah.
come to the rehearsal.
Yes. And then we have a gig. Actually, for this rehearsal, we have a gig on
Next Wednesday.
Wait, what?
next Wednesday.
Who?
The Josh Arbour Band with
And Tune Up
Richard
and Jam.
Taylor and
Do we know that?
Francis Sablon and Greg Brewer.
I don't know.
Did they know?
Did they tell me? Was
Yeah,
I
I don't
supposed
know.
to? We have
Well, I
rehearsal
I don't know if they
tomorrow.
knew.
Oh, wait,
Rehearsal
is that
and a gig?
tomorrow, or is
And
that-
a gig?
No, Thursday. So we got some time.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, actually, technically, is it already?
Tuesday.
This is getting close.
Do
You
we
know
know
what?
who our president is?
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure. I think we need to wrap this up.
Has the asteroid hit?
I think everybody's
Ready to wrap it up? Let's
Okay,
do
the
it.
asteroid
Yeah.
is not hit yet.
I think we need to
We're
wrap it up.
I think
still
the
safe.
lights are turning off. They are ready for us to wrap this up.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
anyway,
so here comes
next
our
Wednesday.
tune up and jam.
Yay! You're doing like Gregorian chant over there.
Wow, that was depressing.
Tune up and jam.
But it's actually funny enough though. It is good to have you guys back because
Yeah,
it's
I
been
think-
really
yeah.
fucking
It was
fun
We've
to be
missed
sad
you.
and depressing
Yeah, it's
without
fun to
you
be
I
guys.
feel like Sound Collective is not Sound Collective without
Yeah.
Tune Up and Jam. So we're glad you guys are back.
Yeah,
It's
so
fun.
It's funny because we're like introducing people last. We're like, maybe
And
sure to
we
go
should
back to
Tune
the.
Up- Oh,
Go back to the corner and just sit.
next week.
Yeah. Enjoy
Hang
the
out there and
fireplace.
meditate. It'll feel good.
But the good reason, it's one of the best reasons to not do this, I should say, is that we're actually working on performing, doing other gigs, working on music stuff.
Yeah.
So focus on being musician first, podcaster second. That's kind of why we had the gap there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Rock
yeah.
on,
Make it a
guys.
time.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
So anyway, I guess that's it. We're gonna
Gotcha.
wrap it up and say
Wrap.
goodbye to everybody and see you next time.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Have a good
Goodbye.
night, everybody.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Tune Up and Jam.
Tune up and jam.